What is up, everybody? Yeah, it's about time I did another one of these. 2019, and you know, really the past few years have been really stressful for a number of reasons. But I don't think it really helps that so much negativity is accessible to us nowadays, from the news to the internet, and it really can distract from the fact that there are so many reasons to smile still in this day and age. I know, hard to believe, but there are. And a couple of years ago, because I had a platform, I thought I would do my part in trying to offset that somehow, and thus this series was born. If you're not familiar with it, it is a very visual, jam-packed positivity packet, and hopefully you can refer to this anytime you're feeling low. And if you are familiar with it, you're not going to be familiar with this episode because we're doing a few things different. This one's going to be coming to you in the form of a variety show with different segments hosted by my friends and a musical guest. What? That's right. I'm excited. So sit back, relax, because I'm about to give you some facts, starting now! In case you didn't love Dolly Parton enough, her early literacy program, Books from Birth, has now delivered 1 million books to the children of Washington, D.C. Ruth Bader Ginsburg is now cancer-free! She's a fighter, baby. A care home for the elderly in Holland allows young people to live there for free in exchange for volunteer time with its elder residents. It's so sweet. A woman from the Bahamas took 97 dogs into her home to shelter them from Hurricane Dorian. That is a mood. Julie Akins, a journalist from Oregon, started a nonprofit organization that turns retired school buses into homes on wheels for homeless families. 13-year-old Chase Nayland Square created a program at his school in Louisiana that gives clothes and supplies to students in need. And now, cutting over to a new segment called Nate's Laboratory.
Hello, former zygotes. My name is Nate, and today I'm going to show you how to make an egg bounce. All you need is table vinegar, a glass to contain your liquid, and we used a chicken and a duck egg. First, you pour your vinegar in a glass, then carefully drop the egg in. It's important that you put the vinegar in first, or else... Now let's give that egg some alone time in vinegar for 24 hours, and check in on it every now and again to see how it looks. The reaction we're observing is caused by the acid in the vinegar, which is donating hydrogen to the calcium of the eggshell. All of that is going to break down the shell to create your bouncy egg. Once those 24 hours are up, you'll find a foam at the top of the glass, and your egg will look a little larger than when it was in its shell. After the vinegar has dissolved the shell, it passes through the membranes of the egg by osmosis, which forces the elastic exterior of the egg to expand. Talk about alliteration. And voila! You can now bounce your egg on a table, a counter, or a wall. Well, maybe not a wall. This is an easy experiment that you can do at home. So give it a go. Happy bouncing!
Lori Lightfoot became the first queer black female mayor of Chicago. Chicago is now the largest city in US history to have a gay mayor, or a gayer, if you will. California's Crown Act banned the discrimination against natural hair in workplaces and schools. Lizzo. That's it. That's the whole fact. Led by 16-year-old activist Greta Thunberg, more than 1.4 million students across 123 countries staged walkouts from school in protest of climate change. After being devastated by Hurricane Maria, Puerto Rico pledged to run on 100% renewable energy by the year 2050. Lil Nas X, yeah, of course he's gonna be in this list, is the first openly gay man to be nominated for a country music award. Yeah. Of course, What Reasons to Smile video would be complete without the recurring segment, Dahlia's Corny Jokes!
Alright, everyone, give a warm round of applause for Dahlia. Oh yeah, Dahlia. Best jokes on the post.
Yes!
Alright, give it a rest.
Dahlia,
Right.
I love you!
Oh, turn it off! You animal, stop clapping! It doesn't have to be a 10-minute affair!
One more!
Alright, very good. And for her first act...
Knock it off! How many times I gotta say it?
What did the shy pebble wish?
What?
That he was a little bolder.
Oh my god.
What wouldn't you find in a haunted house?
What wouldn't you find in a haunted house?
A living room.
Oh my gosh.
Why did the picture go to jail? Why?
Why?
Because it was framed.
Oh my, that's good.
What do you call an apology written in dots and dashes? What?
Oh, wait.
Oh, never mind.
Okay, go ahead.
Remorse code.
The Taiwanese clouded leopard, thought extinct, was seen for the first time in 36 years. Look at this. Yeah, I want to pet it. The world's largest species of bee was recently rediscovered for the first time since 1981. Its average wingspan measures 2.5 inches. That's wider than the diameter of a baseball. That's cool. A little scary, but cool. Mang Mang the panda bear gave birth to twins at the Berlin Zoo. Breeding pandas is difficult, which makes the twin cubs incredibly rare. Here's a cute one. Through a program called Park RX, doctors have started prescribing time in nature as a treatment for things such as hypertension, diabetes, and anxiety. Nature would definitely help. Unless it's the woods of the Pacific Northwest.
Because they're haunted.
Because they're haunted. And now another respite from the facts with a segment we're calling Pet Corner.
I am Taryn Modell, and this is my pet, Toothless the Magic Dragon. I was stuck between Toothless and Puff the Magic Dragon because she resembles Toothless in a lot of ways, not having a leg, and she turns black. She doesn't bite, barely has teeth. But Puff the Magic Dragon also fit because bearded dragons puff up. So I just settled on Toothless the Magic Dragon. Reptiles are pretty much the perfect standard pet. They just sit in a box and hang out with you for the most part. They don't judge a whole lot, but sometimes it's hard to tell. Bearded dragons are called bearded dragons because they have this pouch under their heads, and you won't see it a lot, but usually male bearded dragons will display it as a show of dominance or aggression, but I've never seen her do it. She's never had a reason to. As far as bearded dragons go, she's actually pretty small, but I've seen some boys that got like big. They do require some exotic care. They have to have a special kind of light bulb that will give them vitamin D and a heat lamp because they don't make their own heat. And then of course what to feed them. A lot of people will immediately think that iceberg lettuce is a good choice or romaine is a good choice, which it's not. It's not going to immediately hurt your dragon, but it doesn't have a lot of substance. So things like bok choy are good. Leafy greens, fruits, veggies. Watermelon's a nice summer treat though. It keeps them really hydrated. They don't have to drink water. Some of them do, but that's a behavioral thing, not a necessary thing. This is actually my first reptile pet. Being close to a reptile just kind of opens you up to the idea of having more in your life. They really do all have personalities, and some of them are really sweet, and you realize that there's another side of them that people don't talk about as much. They have really basic needs, and all they really want is for those needs to be met. And they're perfectly docile, chill, friendly little guys, and they'll look you in the eye when you talk to them, which is something not a lot of people expect from reptiles, I guess, because they're a little bit more primitive, but they're all there just as much as any other pet.
Why did the robber take a bath?
Why?
He wanted to make a clean getaway. What do you call it when Batman skips church?
What?
Christian Bale.
Oh my gosh!
What do you call a boat with a hole in the bottom?
Not a boat anymore.
A
bad
sink.
Oh my god.
Have you heard about that new restaurant on the moon? It has great food but zero atmosphere.
Oh my god.
Camden loves that I love that you love that one.
Starting in February, Etsy committed to offsetting the carbon emissions of all their shipments. They estimate that their results were the equivalent of taking 11,965 cars off the road for 1 year. British scientists have discovered that British seagrass, which grows in beds off the coast of the UK, can intake carbon up to 35% faster than tropical rainforests. The same scientists are now sampling the seagrass seeds to see if they can sow some for surefire salvation. The Arbor Day Foundation recently revealed its Time for Trees campaign, for which they will plant 100 million trees in an effort to remove an estimated 578,000 tons of chemical pollutants from our air. That's awesome. New York banned single-use plastic bags. Counties will be able to sell plastic bags for a 5-cent fee, and the money will go towards New York's Environmental Protection Fund. And now another new segment we're calling Adri's ASMR.
Welcome to Adri's ASMR. Sometimes people make scary laws that we just don't understand. But sometimes people make dumb laws which we understand even less. Here are some of those dumb laws. In Kentucky, it's illegal for a woman to remarry the same man over 3 times. I mean, come on, Karen. He's not good for you. They say you're never fully dressed without a smile, and this is especially true in Milan, where you can be fined for frowning. It is illegal to carry snails on a high-speed train in France, unless they have a ticket. In another law coming from Thailand, you may not leave the house going commando. Come and get me. In France, you may not name your pig Napoleon, because George Orwell already did that. And also, it's disrespectful to the general. Until next time.
Why did the stadium get hot after the game?
Why?
Because all the fans left.
Oh.
Have you ever tried eating a clock? It's very time consuming.
I have.
How many apples grow on a tree?
About 50. Oh, sorry. Well, how many?
All of them.
Oh.
My new thesaurus is terrible. Not only that, it's also terrible.
Oh my gosh. Whoa, that was a thinkable. That was the thinkable.
This one is my favorite.
Okay.
What do you get when you cross a joke and a rhetorical question?
What? Oh my gosh. I love that.
The Young Guru Academy in Turkey has developed a cane that works with Google Maps to help people with visual impairment better navigate their world. That's so cool. A program in Seoul, South Korea is hosting daytime discos for people over 65 to help combat physical ailments, dementia, and loneliness. The participants say the dancing makes them feel better both physically and emotionally. An engineer in Kenya has developed gloves that allow hearing impaired people to convert their sighting into audible speech. That's awesome! MDMA therapy for people with PTSD is in the final stages of its research, with a 68% rate of complete remission, an unprecedented result for any PTSD drug therapy to date. Now, there may be some of you at home watching this and thinking to yourself, I hate learning, where are the cats? Well, we've got you covered with this new segment we're calling Catwalk.
Hello, I'm Veropoli Alopanthicus heliox von Thrupp.
And I'm
And this is the catwalk.
Oh my god, what a good look, and it's even got a bow on top.
Oh.
Bram Stoker's Dracula, anyone? No!
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 No! No!
This is a fucking gift to the world.
Didn't you wear this last year?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, he looked at me.
No, he looked at me.
No, he very clearly looked at
No,
me.
he looked at me!
He was looking at me! He looked me in the eyes!
Wow, that cat looked good enough to eat.
And with that many delicious looks, it was a fancy feast. I ate cat food. Thank you for joining us. I have been Veropoli Alopanthicus heliox von Thrupp.
And I have been Back to you, Thomas.
New York City public schools have begun serving Meatless Mondays, and there are 1.1 million students in the school district, so the impact could be huge. An indigenous farming technique called biochar is being researched by Wake Forest University with promising results, which could majorly help reforestation efforts in the Amazon rainforest. A wall of trees is being planted on the southern border of the Sahara Desert in order to stop the desertification of any more land. The The project is estimated to bring thousands of jobs to local communities, as well as promote renewable energy, reduce violence, ensure food security, and much, much more. Scientists have reported that the Earth could support 2.2 billion acres of new trees without it infringing on urban or agricultural areas. That may sound like a lot, but out of all of Earth's land that can support continuous tree cover, it's only 1/5 of it, and it could remove up to 2/3 of carbon emissions that are a product of human activity. The scientists responsible for the study that determined that figure described this new information as mind-blowing. And now a brief musical interlude as I cut over to Savants of Soul singing a segment of their song, Swell.
That's why I tell you all the time. Yes, I do. You know it's true.
Well, that was really cool. I've never thrown it over to a band before. Felt like a late night host. Can that be like a regular thing? And now more pets. Go!
Look, there's little peas. Frodo. Oh no, you spilled them. Frodo. Hi, I'm Talon, and this is my pet rat, Frodo. Hi, Bubba. Oh, there he goes. Would you like to do activities, or would you like to just sit on me? Well, some fun facts about rats. Their little tails are actually made of scales. The first person to actually make rats a pet was Jack Black. Not like the Jack Black, but like a man named Jack Black. And then Jack Black, our Jack Black, ended up making a song where he was the Rat King. So I mean, like, full circle. Are you ready for a yogi? Look at this, it's so yummy. There we go. Oh, he's like, I'll only eat it if I'm not facing the camera. Another thing is that rats have pretty sharp claws, so if you see little scrapes on me, I'm perfectly fine. To anyone who wants to adopt little ratties, male rats, like Frodo, are big and fat and lazy and love cuddles. And female rats are the excitable ones who like to play and learn tricks. Rats are one of the only animals that can actually eat chocolate, and it can be good for them, especially if it's dark chocolate. I've never heard a vet say this, but in the rat community, a lot of people will give their rats dark chocolate when they're healing from a sickness. Medicine's important though, but dark chocolate and blueberries are also great for them. In moderation. In moderation. Although rats are seen as very dirty, they actually like to wash themselves a lot like cats. My boys are a little dirty though because they're nasty. Oh, he's weeing on me. He has two brothers named Smeagol and Sam. Because rats should not be kept alone, they get very, very sad. His brother Smeagol antagonizes him a lot, and then he gets all fluffy and he like jumps around. And rats fight, play fight, and unfortunately real fight with rats, but particularly this little angry boy. When he gets fluffy, that means he's upset, and sometimes what he'll do is he'll just like go to his bedding and just like dig on his bedding, and he'll like huff and puff and like jump around. Oh, he's sleeping now. Oh. He's exhausted. He was like, too much.
That was enough.
I'm done. Well, that marks the end of another episode of Reasons to Smile. I hope at some point it did make you smile. I know that for us making this video, we smiled quite a bit. Again, this video just scratches the surface of all the good things happening in the world. Did you hear about a piece of good news that happened somewhere in the world that wasn't included in this video? Let us know down in the comment section. Did anything good or just awesome happen in your own personal lives that you want to share? Let us know down in the comment section. You should celebrate it, and there are people down there that probably want to hear about it. It's always a ton of fun making videos like these, and we hope that it entertains you or at least distracts you for a little bit when you need it. I know that it's hard to see sometimes, especially with all the negativity out there, but there are still so many people doing good things in this world, and I know that you guys too are capable of that same good. Know that there are people out there who care about and love you. Know that you're worthy of love. Know that you're capable of good things in this world. And please know that there are so many reasons to smile. Until next time, take it easy, guys, gals, and non-binary pals. Peace out. This one's gonna be coming to you in the form of a rock. If there's a bloopers section, that's where that would go.
The cat already lost me. It has red hair. Hate that.
Yeah. Wait.
Oh, this look is a real Dragula. Wow, I wish the designer would have catnipped this one in the bud. Indiana moans. Ugh. Ho ho ho.
You're
bag.
covering your face. I cannot see the smize.
So no one told you life was gonna be this way.
Alright, let's Santa pause, because this is f***ing atrocious.
Go ahead and impale my head on a spike, am I right?
Yes. It can't even walk in a straight f***ing line.
Neither can you after 5 p.m.
This look is a big dud.
And that's my act.
Can we do one more? I missed my